What happens when two legends of the off-road world face each other in a brutal uphill drag race? Today, the Volkswagen Amarok and the Toyota Hilux step onto the dirt not as workhorses, but as warriors, and only one will leave crowned as the true king of the wilderness. The Amarok enters with a thunderous 3.0-liter V6 diesel pushing 240 horsepower and 600 nanometers of torque, while the Hilux fires back with a 2.8-liter four-cylinder diesel producing 204 horsepower and 500 Nm less power, but a reputation carved in stone. Both trucks have been transformed by Arctic trucks with lifted suspension, widened tracks, reinforced undercarriage armor, reprogrammed off-road modes, and massive 37-inch tires built for war. The Amarok sends power through a smooth 10-speed automatic with 4-motion all-wheel drive, while the Hilux counters with a 6-speed automatic and a mechanical rear-locking differential that becomes its secret weapon when the terrain fights back. With curb weights hovering around 2,300 kilograms each and prices that nearly mirror one another even after modifications, these two giants come prepared for a duel where numbers mean nothing and traction is everything. On the first challenge, the uphill drag race, the Amarok's V6 roars early, but the Hilux's diff lock bites into the dirt and claws ahead like an animal refusing defeat. Next comes the woodland hairpin test, where both trucks thread through trees, duck under low branches, and fight tight turns. The Amarok's sharper 2.9-meter turning circle gives it an edge, but the Hilux's roof mount accessories and setup force it to slow down, keeping the fight tight. Then comes the slow crawl descent, where low-range gearing, hill descent control, and electronic traction programs are pushed to their limits, yet the Hilux again shows its off-road pedigree by creeping downhill like a mountain goat while the Amarok struggles to engage its systems. In the articulation and ground clearance test, the Amarok's 125mm lift advantage helps it glide over obstacles, but the Hilux's rear diff lock delivers flawless traction, climbing and descending the slope with almost no wheel spin. The side slope test adds drama, where both trucks tilt at alarming angles, tires lifting, traction systems screaming, but the Hilux stays composed while the Amarok lurches just enough to lose finesse points. Then comes the water cross and rock crawl challenge, wet boulders, slippery moss, and rushing water trying to throw both trucks offline. The Amarok fights bravely, bouncing and sliding, but the Hilux storms up the rocks with shocking stability, making the climb look almost disrespectfully easy. Finally, the ultimate decider, the last uphill sprint, where speed, capacity, traction, and weight balance collide. Both trucks launch hard with almost no wheel spin, but it's the Hilux that plants its power cleaner, the diff lock pushing it up the slope like it's being pulled by an invisible force. In the braking test from speed on gravel, the Amarok stops impressively, but the Hilux digs in shorter, proving its lighter front end and tire grip translate into real stopping authority. So at the end of this brutal off-road war, despite the Amarok's superior power and higher lift, the Toyota Hilux takes the win with unmatched traction, smarter diff control, and a chassis that simply refuses to lose where the earth gets angry. This is Motor Vista 02, and if you love raw off-road battles where machines prove their worth in mud, rocks, and chaos, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which pickup duel you want to see next.